What's up, YouTube gang, man? If you ain't subscribed, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you ain't follow me on Instagram, make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram, man. Without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into the video. YouTube. Welcome back to my channel, man. It's your boy Trey. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can tell by down there in the title, man. I'm finna go to the Trap Museum. It was my first time, it was my first time going to this Trap Museum, you know what I'm saying? I heard it had two of them. I think I went to the pink one. I went to the pink one time around Halloween time, but yeah, man, today we're finna go to the new Trap Museum, man, you know what I'm saying? This just gonna be like a little daily vlog, like I told y'all, man, we dropping your daily vlog. I'm like, what we dropping, we gonna drop, you feel me? Stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? Cause, hey, just like I'm finna go see the Trap Museum, y'all there too, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all boys stay tuned with me, man, stay down, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure I hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to keep seeing daily vlogs or vlogs, period, make sure y'all tap in with me, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, go check out my merch too, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, I'm finna crash, but yeah, man, I'm on the way. Matter of fact, I'm on the way there now, actually. Like, no count, I'm on the way there now. Probably like 20 minutes out, but I'll make it there on time, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's gonna be a good vibe, man. Y'all been watching my videos and haven't subscribed yet, make sure y'all subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and put some comments, bro. I'm trying to read the comments, trying to see what y'all got to say about these videos. Caught up in traffic on the phone, man. I can't do nothing. Ooh, snap. I'm trying to get there, man. These folks in the way, man. Tell them folks out the way, man. But watch this big old truck trying to hop over. And give y'all a little POV, man. You feel me? POV on the way to the Trap Museum, man. I would act up out here, man, but I can't act up out here, man. I ain't gonna cap. Police be out here. Man, I ain't trying to get pulled up, man. I ain't trying to go to jail. No sir, ski. No sir, ski. Alright, go. I do this shit one hand, though. You feel me? Like all time, I always drop one hand. Don't need to drive with two hands. Like, it's one hand every time I do it. Everything. Still use my blinkers. Still get over. All that. Yeah. All that. Ain't no count, y'all. I think I'm here, man. I think this the museum right here. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go down. I gotta see first. Yeah, I think this the museum right here. It gotta be. They're gonna turn over in here. You know what I'm saying? On the who on the bus right here. If I even see some people on the bus, I don't think nobody on the bus. But for the park. You man. Going in now, hello. Going in now.
Someone hated this one.
Oh yeah. Look, y'all, they gave us a little shirt, whatever, yeah. See what they come out. Y'all get in the vlog, man.
Oh, dang,
Yeah, we
what's
ain't
up?
fashion. He doing clothes.
What's the name of your brand, bro?
Hustle for rap.
Say it again.
Hustle for rap. Hustle for rap.
Hustle for rap.
Hustle for rap.
Hustle for rats. Oh, for rats.
Yeah, for rap.
What they say?
What you think? Oh, yeah, y'all read the little quote down there. Y'all see the little quote? Yeah, stop playing. I'm saying they gave me these shirts. I'm saying unroll.
Some people in the shirt, man.
And they got airline here.
Famous and shit.
But it's a vlog, so no for y'all.
Tell you, no count.
Man, that shit hard though. I ain't never been in here. Shit hard.
You need to go check around. Look around. You
Nah, they be harder in there.
For real.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that motherfucker hard though, look now. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Good for the under clothing, you know what I'm saying? Stop playing. Green, man. You know what I'm saying?
I see you talking about a brand.
Yeah, man, that's not playing. You know what's going on. You too, man. They will give us a tour in a minute.
Alright, good morning, man. Glad you guys are here. Welcome to the Trap Music Museum. My name is Blair. I'm with Honor Roll Clothing. We're the clothing line that actually partnered with the Trap Music Museum to do Please Don't Crash Out, which is the campaign that we've been running for the last 3 months. It's really just been around centered around like helping us to gain better stress management skills and coping field. So, we don't crash out. We're going through different things in life, experiencing family issues, stuck in the neighborhood, trying to figure out like what our next steps are. Like things can be stressful, right? And so for us, like as a clothing line, we obviously make art that is able to be worn on product, right? And so what the museum is here for, right, is to contextualize a lot of all of our experiences and things that go on in the music, right? How do we take some of these very painful, tough experiences that we've had and translate it to meaningful art that can help motivate and encourage people, right? So that's what the program is centered around. That's why we got you guys here today. We did provide everybody with t-shirts. One of the things that we try to do is not be wasteful, right? Like when you're in business, you're making stuff, and sometimes things don't work out, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have any value, right? So we were working with a plant-based company in Atlanta a couple of years ago. Our brand mantra is excellence is a process. Like everything is always building on top of one another, and so growth is a process. Playing with plans, again, like figuring out cool ways to utilize art into a workable product that you can make some money off of, right? And all throughout this museum is art that people who look just like us is making out of like the experiences that we had, the stuff that we were listening to, and it's repurposed, right? And so what we're gonna do at the end of doing this amazing tour, kind of talking about the art, is we're gonna have you guys repurpose your own art. Right? So we got the tees, we have, you guys can keep them as you want, but we bought different paint markers for you guys to design on top of the work that we've done. Right? And in a lot of cases, like, how many of you guys are familiar with like Virgil and Off-White?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Big part of what Virgil does is is creating on top of other people's work, right? And so anytime like y'all seen like fly collections and product that he's put out, like a lot of that has been inspired by guys that came before him, right? And same thing with us. So we try to create that opportunity for y'all. We'll go ahead and get started. We're gonna do the tour first of the entire museum. We're gonna talk about the artists that have created all the artwork. If you guys have questions, please ask, and then we're gonna come back here to the round tables. We got some food coming for you guys, and as you guys are going around, be thinking about the stuff that matters the most to you. Thinking about the kind of things that you wish you could see on product.
Yo, if everybody can follow me, we're gonna start at the beginning.
Yeah. That's our key, man. 4 p.m. in the building. Ooh, shit. Yo, yeah, I missed a lot. Oh, yeah, I missed a lot. Oh, yeah. Good. Nah, I'm vlogging. That's
Look at that. Real Trap House.
For real. It's hard, though.
Everything that we see is always gonna have more than one element to it. It's gonna be artistic, and then there's gonna be a story behind it. This is the corner store, you feel me? Nothing is for sale. People be coming in all the time asking, can I get some sour punch straws? Those been there for 3 years. If you eat it, one of your teeth. But this is the introduction, and most people when they come in, like they be like, wow, we do not really accept EBT. People be asking that too. You know what I'm saying? It's just giving a little nod to how it is.
Okay, good corner
Alright, so we
store.
in a bando right now.
Good corner store, queen. Not the bando.
Granny's here on the weekend, telling people not to touch the Fender house. You see the plastic on the couch. I don't know if any of y'all seen that in the granny house.
I did.
Okay.
No, for real.
You better not put your feet nowhere on there, none of that. Like, this was not a couch to relax. This was a couch to sit. The backstory behind this room is that in 1995, mixed income housing was made available in the city of Atlanta. However, if you had a record or a convicted felon, that housing was not made available to you. This also speaks to a lot of governmental institutions, WIC, child support, Section 8. These things were created to keep the black woman and the black man separated. Because they realized that they could keep the father out the home, then the mother would take control and it would divide the family unit. And that's real talk. A lot of times we don't discuss this, but you know, the things in our issues that we might be dealing with sometimes can be generational. Like you're not understanding where it's coming from. And it's like, because there's a systemic agenda in place to keep us divided. Because they know when we're together, we're so much more powerful. If you look at Black Wall Street, if you look at Rosewood, all these different places where black people were thriving in business, where we were circulating our own dollars. And, you know, for some reason, that has been explicitly created. We've gotten away from that. But that doesn't mean the story has ended, right? So, if you couldn't get into that mixed income housing, you might find a bando, or AKA an abandoned house. And you might set up shop, and your mama might know what you're doing. She might see what you got going on, but the fact of the matter is, food was being put on the table, and you was getting money in your pocket. And then you was off the streets. So it's like a lot of times people come in and they say, oh, this is glorifying the lifestyle. But that's not the case. You either decide to enterprise this, or you become a victim of it, and it ends in your demise. So the thing with our culture, with black culture, is that there's always a duality to the decisions and the modes of survival that we find. Because we don't get anything easy. And this is not, some people say, oh, don't be complaining. There's a lot of opportunities that we have. Yes, it's true, but at the same time, we are fighting against greater challenges than most other races and minorities. See, I grew up a little bit down the street. So that's the significance of this museum. 20 years ago, this would not be able to be, this was known as a bluff. If you know anything about the city, they will call you a bluff.
No cap.
So it speaks to how we're progressing even in this piece. The fact that we got somewhere that's home to black art. That's telling our story. It has been T.I. I'm from New Jersey, New York. I grew up in Brooklyn. So my favorite rapper was Jay-Z. And when I first came down here to go to Morehouse College, where I did graduate from, because it's not enough to go to school, you gotta graduate. So it's different when I went to school. No, I didn't went nowhere. I graduated. So that's, in your mindset, if you are going to attend an institution, a collegiate institution, your goal is to graduate. If that's not your path, because sometimes it's not everyone's, make sure that you are doing something that is enabling you to follow your passion, as well as be able to sustain life.
He was telling me hustle for racks. What's going to be important is how clearly, like, you are aware of who you are and the places that you come from and the things that matter to you. And then how can you, at a very high skill level with practicing over time, how can you translate those ideas to some kind of tangible product? We've been in business for 13 years, right? So it's been 13 years of us figuring out how can we make product look good enough for people to buy it. How can we make product at a high enough level to where when people see our stuff, they automatically see the value that's connected to that price tag.
DJ wall behind you. So before Apple Music, iTunes. This exhibit was done by artist John Patrick Ecartier. He's a native of Haiti. In addition, he's a fantastic artist, a professor. So this is the Residue series. There are 3 various series that are going on in this room. First, we have the hoodie series, which you see right here. So, a hoodie is one of my favorite things to wear. Even when it's cold, like if you got a hoodie on, it's jacket. Unfortunately, this times makes young men of color a target. Hence why you see targeted and judged on this. Now, these hoodies have been constructed from a canvas. So usually, canvas you might see traditionally in this way. But this artist was able to find canvas, cut it, sew it, and then put these words on the hoodie. Judge, targeted. Case in point, Trayvon Martin. Sometimes I wonder if he didn't have that hoodie on, would it have been a different outcome? Simply by the certain fashion that we wear, it can cause people to have a prejudice against it. Next, we have the t-shirt series, which is done by, you see Nick on there. So t-shirts for us are big. We already know this. If you go to a family reunion, you're gonna have a tee. If one of your cousins starting a line, first thing he might do is a tee. If one of your loved ones passes away, you're gonna remember them with a t-shirt. So t-shirts for us help us journey into the past, the present, and the future. It's one of the easiest ways that a person's vision and mind for entrepreneurship can be communicated. Of course, you see it's oversized, and really it just speaks to how larger than life a tee is. Even if it's a plain white tee, if it's fresh, like you might not even need anything else. Well, it's still got the folds and the lines in there from the package.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We also use t-shirts as a form of media within the community.
A way to tell our stories and communicate with people about what we have going on.
Because a lot of the mainstream media does not cover the things that go on within our community, so we take it upon ourselves to creatively and visually, because we're very visual people, very creative people. We take it upon ourselves to, create that awareness.
Right.
So lastly, we have the Heavy Load series, which is probably the most profound out there. The amazing thing about this artist is that he paints the canvas upside down. So that means this canvas is flipped. So you see the paint running. Alone, that is expressing a level of genius. To be able to have an image in your mind that you want to communicate and translate, and then to do it with it being inverted. There are more than one aspect here. So we got the camouflage. The camouflage represents two things. It's a way of keeping yourself protected from your environment. At the same time, it's letting somebody know I'm ready for war. And I'm ready to fight for my family if I need to. Or fight for my community. Or fight for my dreams. Or fight for my mental health. And if anyone infringes upon that, then it's like, hold on. You can't take that away from me. Next, we have the book bags. So you see in most of these paintings, there's a book bag. And you see young black men on these canvases. So a book bag for us is supposed to be able to have books in it, right? You going to school, you becoming educated, you learning. But for us, it's more than that. In these book bags, we carry a heavy load. History books that don't really tell our history, giving us a false narrative. Then you got the rope that has a trifold purpose. We know that we were hanged during times of slavery and even after times of slavery. Still to this day, some of us are victims of being hanged and lynched. But at the same time, if you have a lever, which is a device that equally distributes weight, you could pull something that would be otherwise too heavy to carry. And then the last part is, if you see your brother drowning, if your rope long enough, you could toss him the rope and pull him in the sea. So the thing about art and, our art is that there are so many layers to what you're seeing. And as we take that in and appreciate the communication and the story that it's telling, hopefully it will invite us to maybe figure out a way where we could communicate our own story and get our own relief.
Hard, you be like,
okay, somebody know what's going on. So, Young Jeezy grew up in Columbia, South Carolina. The story that's depicted on this literature right here is that he got picked up by the police for doing some illegal activity. And instead of taking him to jail, they took him to the YMCA. And and he actually took a different path towards his life. So the thing about Jeezy is, especially in his Thug Motivation 101, one of his most well-known series, he talks about how even if this is what you started from, and some of us might have family that we know have dealt with this, or you might know about this substance, it doesn't mean that you have to stay there. So it's a part of the journey. This snowman used to be on merch to promote his brand, but it got banned from schools because, of course, like the schools felt that it was promoting, the type of activity that you wouldn't want young people engaging in. The fact of the matter is that it's a reality. I've had mothers, grandmothers come in here and say there was a time where this was part of my livelihood, of my upbringing. But the goal is to be able to put this down and become like Jeezy, to where he is having discussions about real estate, having discussions about building up the community, having discussions about how we as young men and young black men and women who have other cultures as well that's mixed in, because we're not just black. Like, to me, I'm not a person that just likes to say we're black. We're more than that. There's a diaspora. There are so many different shades of colors that represent who we are.
Come through.
Yep, so you all can see.
These Future mugshot gonna be my favorite also.
So, this is art. It's mixed media and it's telling a real story. This was done by D.L. Warfield, the artist who created the cover for Criminal Outkast. Probably one of the craziest covers, like just a pure artistic expression of it. He's done covers for LaFace Records,
Michael Jackson, TLC.
Michael Jackson, TLC, Outkast. So like we have legends in here. This is mixed media because there is more than one mode of art. So you got photography, you got paint, then the shimmer you see is glass. So the thing that I interpret this art as is if you have a mugshot, it doesn't mean that that's where you end up. Sometimes, for some of these guys, if they didn't have that mugshot, who knows if we would have still had them to them. Because when you're in there, on that bed that y'all saw, you got time to think. Am I gonna stay here, or is there money, opportunity, family, and love, and a chance to enjoy this life on the outside of these bars? These men have
There's
gone
an
on
eagle. There's an eagle. All these desert eagle.
21 Savage does a yearly annual Thanksgiving drive.
Sticks in it.
Workshop.
It's the
This guy
casing.
is
Of the casing.
part of the reason why this museum is here. In addition to the outfit development being clean, a cool fashion line, Grand Hustle Records, which has changed the lives of so many people. Workshop. So this is only a stop on the journey. Doesn't mean it's a part of the process. Hopefully, what we see is that we don't want to have these. And you don't have to have these mugshots in order to figure out what you want to do. To avoid crashing out. Because when you crash out, this is what you end up with. Maybe nobody died, maybe, you know what I'm saying, there was no casualty, but something is lost. Your mama miss you, your kids miss you. You might not be able to go eat your granny collard greens or a fried chicken. There's something that you're missing out on when you have one of these. It's a fact. That's a fact.
Hard to them.
So, and then the other thing is that shimmer of the glass, you feel me? If you touch it, it could hurt. Sometimes our beauty is pain as well. So it's up to us to figure out what we're gonna remember. Huh? For sure. Alright, so we move on to Pusha T and Young Dro. So Young Dro, pardon me y'all, is the first artist signed to T.I.'s Grand Hustle Music. This is his actual outfit. Now, the significance of this polo outfit is that during the early 2000s, were any of y'all born yet?
2002.
Yeah, 2000?
2.
Okay, 2, okay. So, the real uniform was a big white tee, because I used to wear it.
Yeah.
Me and my cousins used to go to New York to get that. It was called Apple Tee. And they had a real nice quality. And they used to come past your knees. Okay? You might have on some Jabot jeans.
Snap your finger.
And you need them, and you gotta have the fresh ones on.
Yep.
And that was like, if you had that on, you was clean.
Yeah.
So the thing about Dro is that he cut against the grain with his fashion sense. Basically communicating that I don't have to look like everybody else. I'm about to throw on this linen polo, this pink. I'm about to put this paisley bow tie on. And I'm about to show you that I can still tell the story of the trap without looking like the trap.
Right.
We got the original lyrics to Shoulder Lean right there. Shoulder Lean.
What?
That's the gospel version. So the story about those lyrics is that before the museum was created, one of the persons that are responsible for it being here was at that recording session. And the lyrics were left in the studio and they went back and grabbed them. So that's how we're able to have it. So Tommy from Power was here and I was able to tour him. Super cool, by the way. But he brought something to my attention. He like, from you telling me that, it just made me realize that writing is art as well. So I'm like, you right, Tommy? His real name is Joseph Sakura, but you know what I mean? But it's a great point because handwriting specialists can tell you a certain thing about a person based on how they write. So art, writing is art. We got Pusha T, if you know, you know.
You know, you know.
Yeah, so we just gonna keep it real. This was used to be discreet about what you were selling.
Them birds look retarded.
So even though,
Hey,
oh, that mannequin gonna come alive, don't mess with the art. So even though it might be, something that we're not encouraging, it's part of the story. So even within this activity, there's some ingenuity and some genius there. Cause you're like, I'm about to cut open a tennis ball and be discreet with what I'm doing. We always find a way of like making the best out of the worst situation.
real? This is his real
That's a
award?
real Grammy.
Oh my God. That's
I need to see that.
Hey,
So-
how much that would go for?
Hold on,
Huh?
I'm gonna take a picture of that.
That's priceless.
Go for real?
Yeah.
This is his award.
Yeah, good, yeah.
So since we realized it first, this is the Grammy for Swagger Like Us,
This is the
featuring Jay-Z, Kanye, and Lil Wayne.
Face side.
We have the jacket from that Grammy performance where he won this Grammy. This is the jacket that he wore when he won it.
Studio. Future, man. Let's see this, man. This shit hard, man. That dope. Sprite, drink, weed in this bit, weed, tray. You know what I'm saying? Future Studio, man. They have Future Studio look. Let me see this shit after it work. I thought it worked, actually. Shit, that motherfucker hard, though, y'all. Yeah, they bit tough.
Time, sir.
So we got the Gucci Mane
Listen.
section.
You get in the studio? Oh yeah, go ahead. The green in the studio. Hold on, my turn. Feel me? We in it, bit. No God.
We taking off.
Gucci Mane.
So this supposed to be Future Studio?
Yeah. We taking off.
Pluto. They call him Pluto, so I see. I see it.
It's not glorifying it, but it's
They got my shoes like this.
Free band. Yeah.
So, the thing about it is that these substances were pushed into the community. CIA, the FBI, basically, they wanted to kill us with it. So it's like, either you're going to decide I'm going to be a victim or I'm going to make some money off of it. Again, it's not glorifying it, but it's a real story. And the reason why Gucci Mane is in this picture is because if you know his story, this was a big part of what he was doing before he became successful in his music.
You see this shit?
One of the main things I love to remember about Gucci was bringing some of that ATL lingo to the world.
Yeah.
So let's see if we know what they mean.
Air Rush.
Okay, everywhere. If we were to translate that in a proper English, what would it be?
Everywhere.
Yes. Okay, if
Go
it's not
airway,
yours,
man.
then what is it?
Nacho.
It's not yours, buddy.
Nacho. You feel me?
I don't roll with a lot of people. I'm Dolo.
Dolo. Dolo my
I'm by
butt.
myself.
Smoking by myself.
And are we going up this year? You don't even know.
You don't even know.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
So again, like, this is great because it just shows you, like, Atlanta being the birthplace of the trap music. There's even a language and a communication that's unique to slang in a way certain consonants are left out. So that's just going to show
Y'all
you
funny.
that
Y'all ain't
that stems from that
check out the
context
trap
when
museum, man.
we was trying to communicate.
Swing.
So, people like, oh, Ebonics. It's an art form because I could speak the lingo, but at the same time, like, I could be with the most educated. And people like, sorry, what's that word mean, sir? Oh, yeah. But my vocabulary is
Let me
like,
say how much it costs.
but being able to have both
How much
sides
they
of the
paying
coin,
cost, how much
that's
they
what makes you dangerous. You could go into your
See
city
some
and identify
Oh God.
the lyrics, the production, the melodies.
everything.
Without him, it wouldn't be a lot of artists out right now. So I have a nephew that's autistic, right? So everybody know what autism is?
I had a nephew that's autistic.
He loves music, right? So he came here and he was like, and he did that for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, it's amazing because art is therapy too. You get what I'm saying? So this is known as tactile activity. So sometimes just even flicking something can help relieve stress.
Right.
That's why fidget spinners was so big.
Right.
Cause it's like, you don't even realize you're doing it, but it's like, it's giving you some kind of release.
A year? Okay. Yep. Alright, check them out, man. These don't crash out. You know what I'm saying? Trap. You know what I'm saying? This shit so hard. Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. Shit hard though, y'all. Y'all see this shit, man? Stupid. See, I ain't show y'all all this.
It doesn't have to be. I'm sure we all know people that have been there and done this. So hopefully that will encourage us and inspire us to stay out of the community. We have a really amazing piece of art on the wall that shows you what being in here feels like. You're being trapped. You cut off from the world. When freedom is gone.
Yeah, I see maybe like dirt bikes. Everybody like dirt bikes, man.
You can see your mama again. I have a woman that's been in jail
Drink.
ever since I can remember.
It's bad.
I've never seen them face to face. Only heard the voice over the phone.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, money bad, yo, man. This shit's so hard. Yeah, they got new rappers in. Nice. Money Man. 49.
There are more African American men incarcerated in the U.S. than the total prison population in India, Argentina, Canada, Lebanon, Japan, Germany, Finland, Israel, and England combined. Combined.
It's real.
We are victims of poverty, products of our environment, often forced into crime as a way out, or worse, a way of life. The prison to school pipeline and economic disarray are prevalent in our communities, and we must do our best to combat. Here's a reminder that though we are victims of circumstance, the powers that be don't care, i.e. the government. Not true. The only way that we're gonna be able to rock it is to understand that this is what
I know
we're
what
up
you
to.
said.
So we gotta unify and come together. So we have to care about one another the most. And the lyric is, this a trap. This ain't no album. This ain't no game. This a trap. See y'all. So the thing is, it might be a trap, but we don't have to get caught in the trap. We don't even have to enter this trap. And let this be the only time we ever see one of these up close. And you have the power in your minds, in your creativity, in your genius, in your heart, in your spirits to be able to make sure that you are doing the best that you can to change the trajectory of your life and the one that's coming after you. Like I said earlier, we're not just living this life for yourself. Somebody's gonna come after you. Somebody's paying attention. Somebody's watching your example. So let's move. The last thing is we got lit. And the significance of men
They need to take Shawty down.
is that
No, just
before he passed away, we see what we have here. We all know that
They
gay
get hard. I ain't even see
gay
that.
activity has been prevalent in America and all over the world for too many years. But what they saw was united colors. And that's why he became a target. Because instead of talking about, I'm rolling 60s, I'm flying.
Sorry, that barber though.
People talking about how we can teach kids coding.
What got in there open? Or sport. If you know, you know.
Marathon Clothing Company as a hub to educate the next generation. Without it,
First album, man.
you really don't have any hope.
Billionaire, man.
I gotta love myself.
Playing.
When the decision on me, I gotta love my neighbor.
Let me see. Let me see how.
So let's all remember that love, self-love,
The art, see how much they big cost.
self-care. You cannot do nothing for nobody else if you don't take care of yourself.
See what it's going.
You are not a stable person.
See how much it cost.
So before you think about giving your last or your
1,800. I see why them niggas in GTA is going straight for paintings. You know, in GTA the missions, you don't grab nothing but paintings. They pay hard, $2 bills. These look real too. Look at that lean. Yeah.
Hey guys, this is lunch.
We did Oswald graphics are different. We added different colors to each poster. So there's this thing called color theory, right? And in color theory, each color represents a very specific kind of emotion, right? So we try to make sure that we match the emotion with the messaging that was below each graphic, right? I need 4 people to read out loud. If we got 4 volunteers.
Let's do Todd. He does it.
Todd? All right.
Where they go?
Hey, hustle correct. Let me get you to
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
good,
look,
good.
look. There we go.
Yo, can I
There
get
go
2
my
more
phone.
people?
Come on.
Alright.
Okay,
I
so
got it?
next one.
Okay. Just a friendly reminder that there is a lot more love and joy in this world than what you're currently experiencing. I know it's painful, but I know that you can make it into a better place.
Real quick, before we keep going, this, like, how many of you guys, like, experience, like, real bad days? Like, you don't be feeling like being in school, you don't feel like hearing what your parents talking about. All right, so listen, when we get in those moments, right, like, those are very real emotions and feelings. Like, you guys are entitled to feel how you feel. But what we can't do is make poor decisions out of that, right? Like, we can't be dealing with stress and issues and then, start wilding out, right? So again, please don't crash out. All right, let's get the next one.
Just a friendly reminder that you're way more stronger and resilient than you are real. Remember who you were created to be, which is an image bearer of God. Go be that.
So listen, like what Blue was talking about earlier, right? About just black people, right, and brown people and our experience here in this country, right? And what we've been able to build in this museum being a testament to that. Like the people that built this building, right? They came from these neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they've been able to create something amazing that all of us are able to experience. I can promise you that God has something in that for all of y'all. Like all of y'all have like a level of genius and a level of greatness to contribute, not just to yourself and to your family, but to the people around us in our community, right? And so like this project was really with thinking about you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's thinking about us because we know how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? We just want to continue to encourage y'all. All right, we got one more.
Just a friendly reminder that you have way too much to accomplish. With your life to lose it now. Stay focused and keep going. People will be better off because you did.
Like, I really want you to know, like, as older black men and women, like, we really do love you guys. You know what I'm saying? We really do be thinking about y'all, like, our careers and the work that we're doing. Like, absolutely, like, we're trying to build something for us and our families, but we know that y'all are coming right behind us. You know what I'm saying? So, if there's nothing else that y'all take away from this, man, just know that there are people that are thinking about you guys and believe in y'all, and we're here as a resource. So we really hope that you guys enjoyed the museum. We're gonna go ahead and dive into the product. I think we got some pizza that's on the way for y'all, so y'all don't starve and go hungry. Yeah. So
Trap Museum, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You got me. Well, yeah, for the people that y'all think I missed some. Show y'all the whole museum, man, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me go to the trap. Well, they got the weed on the table. Weed on the table. Hey, this is a classic too, man. George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? George Foreman, man. If y'all know about them. If you know, you know, man. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Dope, selling dope. Gucci, man. If you know about that, if you know, you know, man. You put the money in that too, man. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So JR Crickets, what's up? They got the money in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? They got the cash in the freezer, man. Stats. Let me show you how they got the stack of money in the freezer, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. You having rats, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, you know what I'm saying? We go hustle rats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't crash out, you guys. Yeah, YouTube, man, y'all. Gotta go check out my boy, you know what I'm saying? Please don't crash out. CEO,
Honor Roll
man.
Clothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Follow us on the ground.
Yes, sir, man. Don't crash out. All right, YouTube, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. I told y'all, man, we dropping daily vlogs every day. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go shout out my boy, man, Brand, man. Please don't crash out, man, because there's too much money out here to get. Y'all boy, please don't crash out, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all like the video, man, if y'all like the museum, make sure y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Plenty more videos to come. You know what I'm saying? But this is gonna be the end of this video, man. If y'all watched the video this far, man, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all boy, peace and blessings, man. Y'all boy, be safe. You know what I'm saying? Video dropping soon. Y'all go check out my other videos too. You know what I'm saying? Go show some love. But yeah, man. All right, my G-Way, love y'all, man. Be safe, man. Yeah, man. Y'all boy, check out the shirt I had just did, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Big H4 in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the 4 all around that bit. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing, huh? Look at the details. Matter of fact, it really just gave me an idea what I'm finna do on the next drop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hustle right around the collar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stop playing.
Where you finna go home?
Sure way.